Welcome to Getting Started with your Student Interactive Notebook. This is part of your teacher instruction guide for the 22-23 academic year. Step 2, make a second copy. In step 1, you'll remember we made a copy to keep as an original file for yourself. This copy is going to be used for you to edit and make any changes that you might need to make before you send it to your students. So let's get started. Click here for the student notebook. This will take you to that very same interactive notebook from step 1, and we will follow the same process by going to File, Make a Copy of the entire presentation. Remember, we'll need to rename it. So I will call this Student Version. Click on Folder, head back to your drive, and find the folder you want to place it in. So I'm going to click on Interactive Notebooks 22-23 and click Select. Great. Next, click on Make a Copy. All right, so notice that it has been renamed. We can also check that it went to the right folder by going to File, Document Details, and it's in the Interactive Notebooks 22-23, which is where I placed it in. At this point, you can make any changes to this notebook that you'd like. The notebook is set up and ready for your students to use as is. However, you may consider placing in a couple of prompts or cues for your students. So for example, in the My Goals page, you might want to add a little text box here and provide further instructions. Okay. And you can leave those instructions on the left side. Students will see this. As you can see, the page is pretty full here. So if you want your instructions to stand out, you may want to do that. You can also add a shape. So let's click on a shape here. And I can recolor that shape to something that looks a little bit better. And I can also click on border weight to make that border a little thicker if you really want it to stand out for students. So in that shape, you can double click and provide further instructions in there as well. So you can choose the way you want to add some prompts or cues on the sidebar of these pages for your students. And one more idea is we did provide some sticky notes on slide 18. So you may also copy, Command C to copy. I'm going to come back up to that same sample page, and now I'm going to use Command V to paste. So I can place that here. I can also resize it a little if I need to. And teacher instructions, go here and resize the font just a little bit to make sure it fits. And then I can add prompts or cues here. All right, so those are just some ideas on how you can add further instructions to these pages. But again, the notebook is ready to launch as is, so it's up to you if you'd like to make edits. So I am going to go ahead and get rid of these. Another thing I want you to notice is that the titles and the tabs match. If you want to go to Goal Tracker, click on the tab. It'll take you to Goal Tracker. If you want to go to the Data Tracker. If you want to change any of the titles, that's going to be a little bit different. You'll have to go into the Masters, and you get to the Master Slides by going to Slide, Edit Theme, and we are now in the Master Slides. This is where you can actually change the titles. We like to put them in the master slides so that on the front end of those Google Slides, students can't mess with all of that. And so it's kind of like a background picture on the slide. However, if you do, for whatever reason, need to change any of those titles, you can come back here and change the title here. Please make sure that you correspond or correlate that to the tab that it belongs to. So if you change the title here, you will want to change the title on the tab, okay? So that is just a quick tutorial on how to change text in the master slides. If you'd like to add a new slide for students, so maybe you like the way this is all set up, but you know in advance that you want to give them another page, you can use the top left corner plus sign, use the drop down arrow there to add a new page. And so if you want to add a new page, you can see all the masters are here. But let's say you want to give them a blank page. So with this page, it was set up to where students can add their own title. So just want you to know that those exist. In the master slides, again, up at the top left corner, you can add other templates. And that's your quick walkthrough for step 2.